Alright, so I was actually just going to play this for fun tonight, and I just clicked the whole random thing, and I wanted to do it in practice mode where it's a little more complicated, and there's no GPS or anything, and I ended up with this situation. So I figured I better record this, see how I do. Alright, so we've got a VOR approach here, and it's one of the most complicated VOR approaches I've ever seen before. It has a nice DME arc here, but it also has a arc as the final approach course. Missed approach is pretty crazy. It has a turn to the 068 course, and then you join the 11 DME arc to Boast. But what makes this particularly interesting is there's no GPS except for this portion, and they start us out going to Slough. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. If I can find it. I can't read for some reason. There we go. So we're 8 miles from it, and I'll put it over the GPS here. And I'm just looking here that we need to figure out where we're coming from, because it's really going to matter, especially for how we're going to join the arc. So first thing I'm actually going to do is take 334, and I know we're doing a right turn, so, if we were coming from here. So I'm going to add 90 to it. I know we're heading, well, that's not going to work. That's going to be 64. All right. So I know our heading is, it's going to end up being 064, which I don't know why I did that. I was looking here instead of down there. Really should have turned the other way. 064, I'm just trying to get situated here. So I'm looking at the tail here. It looks like we're to the northwest, so we should be theoretically somewhere right about here. So we're going to go to the slope. We're going to make a left turn to 064. We're going to follow the 14.7 DME and go down to 2,600. Oh boy, here we go. So let's see if we can do this without any mistakes. So first thing is 3,100. Put that in, and while we're here, I might as well plug all this in, make sure it's all working. There we go. And we should be further than 14.7 if we are to the northwest, which this is also showing. So I have a good understanding of that, apparently. All right, let's begin.
Cleared to Martin State Airport via slope, maintain 3,100 feet, expect VOR 15, November 6 Oscar Yankee.
All right, I'm gonna put this to 2 times speed. Gonna go a little bit faster. I'm gonna get the weather here.
Wind, calm. Visibility, 1.5. Mist. Drizzle. Sky condition, 800 overcast. Temperature, 22 Celsius. Dew point, 21 Celsius.
Essentially, we are going to end up doing the missed approach, but what the heck, we'll try it anyways. It is a fun approach. Alright, so first thing to do is we're going to actually turn when we're about a mile out, so I'm going to wait for that here, but we are a little bit already on it, so...
November 326 Oscar Yankee, you are 5 miles from slope, maintain 2,600 feet until established, cleared VOR 15. Cleared VOR 15, maintain 2,600 feet until established, November 6 Oscar Yankee.
Okay, well, we're going to wait till this becomes 1 mile, and then we'll start turning there. I'm actually going to put VOR 1 here, just as the compass locator will read the tail so we know where we're at. This should be relatively close to 334 as shown right here when we're over slope, and we should have 14.7. So I'm watching this, waiting for it to get down. I'm also taking a look at this. About 1 mile out, I'll start turning. Where did the winds say they were from? Variable. Nice. No wind. That's going to make it particularly easy. Got lucky there. Oh, I said I was going to turn early. Whoops, my bad there. Forgot I had it on 2 times speed. Alright, so we just turned. We're 14.7. We're actually going to go a little bit too close to it, I think. Yeah. I'll turn 10 degrees out. I'm going to do it by 5s here now. Alright, so I'm going to switch to VOR 1, put VOR 2 on standby here, and I'm going to put the course here of 21 degrees. Did I want 21? Yes, 21 is what I want. 14.7. We're in a, I can see the needle, it's not straight flat, so I know that we're going to be flying outbound, or away from it, so I'm going to turn a little bit further just to make sure we stay on that arc here. Alright, so we've got this figured out here. We're down at 2600, and I know the next portion is going to be at 021, which is why I put the 021 in here. So we got that in. We're already at our altitude. There's no vertical speed, so I can change this to 1800. And I'm not going to do anything with the vertical speed until we pass this next portion. We're a little bit too far out, so I'm going to turn another, we'll probably try 5 degrees, see what happens with that. But I'm basing this all off of the compass locator here. If it's slanted, whichever side is slanted up is the side I will be heading toward. Of course, wind correction necessary, which there is no wind, so it makes it fairly easy. But I'm doing it every 5 degrees. Some people like to do it every 10. Some people like to do it every 1. Most people like to do 10. Most of them actually twist the course. I personally like doing it this way. I'll do course if I don't have a compass locator as an option though. Anyways, you can see here it comes out level. So if I wanted, I could turn like 1 degree and keep it there, but that'd be too much work. So another side note about this DME arc here is when this lines up with this, that's when this will start to be crossing through. When it's with 10 degrees away, this needle should start moving. So right about here, I'm actually going to turn another 5 degrees, since this has gone from being on the top to being on the bottom here. Also, just for extra situational awareness, I'm going to put Cumby here, or however it's pronounced, Cumby, whatever. Okay. Just to get an idea of how far I really am from it. Utilizing the local resources to better understand what's going on. Situational awareness is key with a DME arc, that's for sure. And I don't have any GPS on here, so extra challenging. Alright, so the missed approach. Let's take a quick second to discuss the missed approach before I put it up to 2 times speed here. So missed approach looks like we're climbing to 2500, and then climbing right turn, my bad, to 2500 on the 068. Reciprocal of that should be 248. So we'll go 248 inbound. Let me check this here. Everything looks good. Awesome. Once we do that, we're going to be climbing up 2500 and we're going to reach 11 DME. So we're going to want to turn maybe at 10 DME, maybe about, I'm sorry, not 10, we're coming the other way. So it's going to be about 12 DME or 11.5-ish, depending on our speed. And we'll intercept this arc here, the 11 DME arc. Let me do another turn. I think I might have turned a little bit too early there. We'll see. After we do that, we're going to join this arc and we're going to continue to the 108 radial. However, I'm going to tune in the 288 because I think I'm going to plan on doing a direct entry there, and I'd want to have it loaded in for the inbound portion of the hold. Just trying to think ahead there. Alright, so we're too far in. I'm actually just going to leave it on this heading until it goes 0.1 out. It should do that because I wasn't that far off and the curve is still moving. And you can see here it's about 10 degrees away, so we'll start seeing this coming in. So we're going to start down to 1800 as soon as that passes. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Needle's moving. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Should be at a half deflection now. And it's showing that. I'm able to compare between the two. There we go. 14.7, just like I said would happen. I might actually need to turn 10 degrees there. Alright, so this line's about to pass through. We're going to continue down to 1800. Don't want to do it preemptively, I don't want to do it too early. So I'll let it pass through pretty clearly. And our next altitude is going to be 1260. We'll be using the S15 minimums, which is 920. 1¼ mile and about 900 feet above the ground. So we're not going to have the cloud clearances for that. But
November tree 26 Oscar Yankee, contact Martin State Tower on 121 point tree. Contact tower on 121 point tree, November 6 Oscar Yankee. Martin State Tower, November 6 Oscar Yankee, 2,600 feet on VOR15 approach. November 6 Oscar Yankee, Roger, altimeter 299er2.
Alright, so I just did a whole bunch of stuff there. We got switched over to the tower, which is pretty great. So we're on the tower now. We just passed that point, so we're now on the intermediate leg of the approach here. As you can see, the intermediate fix right here. So we are all set, it looks like. We're going down to 1800. Once we get to 1800, we will be waiting for this next part, which I'll actually put it in here. Goes. Just for situational awareness here. I already popped in 039, which is right here. Goes, we're currently 2.3 miles away. Oh man, it's going faster than expected. We should be at 1800 by then. Either way, we're going to descend down to 1260. 1260, and that's 047. So doesn't show these super spaced apart here, but these are actually, this is actually shorter space here than this here, which is interesting. Anyways, I totally looked away for too long trying to talk and explain this. Terrible idea. I need to turn maybe 20, a little more than 20 degrees there. I've got it coming in here. It's getting faster. Getting a little more complicated to explain as I do it. But 1800, I'm going to put in 1260 here. Get more focus on this. 14.8 looks good. We need to get a little bit closer here, and it sounds like there's a train outside my place, so we'll have to ignore that. Extra distractions, it's great. Just like in the real airplane, right?
November tree 26 Oscar Yankee, cleared to land runway 15. Cleared to land 15, November 6 Oscar Yankee.
14.7, there we go. I'm gonna put direct to the run. Actually, I'm not gonna do anything else. Actually, I will do direct to the runway. The airport. Just for a little more situational awareness there. Always comes in handy. Turn 5 more degrees there. My descent is going. And I need to put this one to 047. Oh shoot, it's getting close. I'm gonna increase that descent rate. I should be down there already, so that's not good. We'll go to 920 now. We'll make a reasonable descent, make sure we make it down there. And new course is 060. And when that gets to about the first dot there, I'll consider it a missed approach. I don't want to accidentally cross over the mist. I won't start turning until it passes, though. Until we pass the missed approach point, of course. Oh man, it's already moving. Oh boy. We seem pretty well on course here. It's looking good. I'll put our new altitude in of 2,500. As soon as we're ready, we'll just start bumping up that vertical speed. It's not looking like we're going to make it here. 2 miles from the airport. Okay. Do another turn there. I guess at 1 mile, I'll start executing the mist here. I don't want to overshoot my missed approach point. Yep. Alright, we're going to execute the missed approach here. Climbing about 900,000 feet per minute. Wait for this to pass before I start my turn. I need to get my course set up, which we said was
November tree 26 Oscar Yankee, contact Potomac approach on 119.0. Contact Potomac approach on 119.0, November 6 Oscar Yankee.
Alright.
Potomac approach, November 6 Oscar Yankee 1,300 feet on the mist, climbing. November Tree 26 Oscar Yankee execute the published mist and hold as published, maintain 2,500 feet. Execute the published mist approach, maintain 2,500 feet, November 6 Oscar Yankee.
Alright, so this next portion here is going to be 158, so it should be directly off our left here. So we're going to be right here right now. We'll be making a left turn onto here, right around the nav mode here. So I'm going to put in 158, plug that in, get it ready. I'll just type it in, might be a little faster. We're going to wait until we get to, let's do maybe 12, I'll do about 11.9 DME. We'll see how that works. We don't want to overshoot it, but we also don't want to turn a little bit too early. There's a calculation for it, I'm just not doing it right now. Alright, let's see. There, we're up at 2,500 now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we'll be turning about 0.5. So 158, we're gonna hold 11 DME. It's a little bit smaller arc, so we're gonna have to a little more constant turns. As that's doing that, I'm gonna put 288 here, the inbound course of the hold. Have that ready for when we pass through it. We're at 11.5. I think we're gonna be just a little short of 11 here. I'll do, the arc is turning, so I'll do 10 degrees to the, about 10 degrees to the right. We'll see how that works. 11.2, we wanted to get to 11. Awesome. All right, well, we're almost to the hold. The hold's at 288, it's right here. This is a pretty far distance away from it. There we go, 11.1. I will put boast in here just so we can have the information for that right here. That's 6 miles from Boast. I'm gonna turn a little bit early to the right because it looks like we've got a, there we go, now it's 11. So maybe I did turn a little bit too early. We'll leave it here, see what happens. I'll probably do 5 degrees back. I can tell because this needle is tilted up on the right, so we're going towards the VOR just slightly, and there's no wind to really worry about right now. Yeah, see, we're going towards it right now. I'll hold this heading for a little while and see what happens. In the meantime, I'm going to put it to 2 times speed. We got 2,500. We'll be entering a direct entry. We're already halfway through the turn of the direct entry, so I'm going to make it turn a little bit slower than normal, just so to make sure we get far enough away from Boast so we don't go on the unprotected side. There's 10 more degrees. 2 miles from Boast. We'll be turning to a heading of 108, as shown on the hold here. Oh, we'll do another 10 degrees. There we go. Okay, I'm going to turn it off 1 time speed as soon as we are about to pass. Or turn it off at 2 times speed, my bad. There we go, 1 times. Okay, I'll go ahead and say I've entered the hold.
Potomac approach, November 6 Oscar Yankee has entered the hold. November 6 Oscar Yankee Roger.
I'm purposely making this take longer. We're doing a direct entry here. I want to make sure we're far enough away. Okay, I'll start our timer. even though there's really no wind, I'm going to be a couple degrees off of 108 just to make sure I get far enough away, because that standard rate turn is supposed to give you enough clearance, but that was already halfway through the turn, so a standard rate turn is going to put us twice as close. A little hard to explain without drawing a picture for it. But we'll wait till this gets to a minute and we'll start turning to the left. Nice direct entry, not too bad. I really should plug in this one here. 3.1. Just as some extra information. 055 right here. Right, we'll start a left turn here. It's about a minute. I'll put it to about a 45-degree intercept. We're far enough away from the VOR. I want to make sure it, if we did go too far, the needle comes in before we pass over the fix. So I'll set that to 2 times speed here. We'll make it go a little bit faster. Oh, look at that. It looks like we're going to be right on. Yeah, I feel good about that one. Nice. I think we went over it just a touch. No big deal. Okay, I'm going to put my heading back around to the left, just so we can start a turn to the left when we get there. As of now, it looks like we're good. I'll start timing the inbound. I took a little too long on that. That's okay. Should be about a minute inbound. We'll see how that turns out. I think I might have gone out just a little too long, started my timer going outbound. But we'll find out here. It'll get onto us if we did take a little bit too long. Hey, there we go. Not too bad. Let's see what we got. 5 out of 5. Perfect. Oh man, look at that arc. I'm very happy with that. That's going to get saved. I'm keeping that one. So that's been the VOR runway 15 into Martin State. Definitely a very fun, very challenging approach. Definitely takes quite a bit of thinking to do, but anyways, go ahead, if you don't already use Pilot Approach, go ahead and check it out. It's pilotapproach.com. We'll see you here.